How many of you love potato chips? Well, that's a silly question. So let me rephrase. Is there anyone who doesn't like potato chips? But did you know that potato chips were invented by accident? Well, that's true. So let's find out more about the interesting and the crunchy story of potato chips. Back in 1853, a young and talented chef named George Crumb worked at one of the finest restaurants named Moon's Lake House at Saratoga Lake, New York. One day, a customer walked into the restaurant and ordered some French fries. But on receiving the fries, the customer sent it back, complaining that they were too thick, soggy, and were not salted enough. Now, despite the best attempts of Chef Crumb, the customer continued to complain. Frustrated by this, Crumb sliced the potatoes paper thin, dumped them into the oil, and fried until it became hard and crunchy. Then he salted them heavily and served it to the customer. To his surprise, the customer loved the dish. And thus, potato chips were born. Soon, these fried slices of potatoes became the new rage in New York. This recipe made Mr. Crumb famous, and he even went on to launch his own restaurant called Crumb's House. Unfortunately, in the 1850s, people of color were not allowed to get patents. Hence, Crumb's recipe was copied by many restaurants, making it available at every other corner. Now, these restaurants used cracker barrels or glass display cases to store the chips and later sold them to customers in takeaway paper bags. As a result, the chips would stay fresh only for a couple of hours or days, and eventually they would lose the crunch. Now, in order to make them last long, better packaging was required. Thus, in the year 1926, Laura Scudder, a chips manufacturer and an ardent fan of fresh crispy potato chips, created a simple idea to make them last longer. She hand-ironed sheets of wax paper into bags, filled them with potato chips, and sealed the edges using warm iron, creating an airtight pack. And voila! The chips remained fresh for a longer time. These airtight packets even stopped the chips from getting crushed. This was a great boon for chip lovers, and soon packaged potato chips became the trendiest new snack. Soon, a salesman by the name Herman Lay started selling these packaged potato chips to all of South America in the back of his car. Yes, you heard that right. He would stock up packets of chips in his car and travel across the continent distributing chips under the brand name of Lay's. As Herman's business grew, every shop in South America started selling Lay's potato chips. Now, Dallas-based producer of snack foods called Frito offered Herman to merge with their company and promised to take the brand Lay's overseas. The merger took place, and as a result, Lay's became a world-famous potato chip brand. Then, the next thing that made potato chips even popular was flavor. In 1954, Joe Spud Murphy introduced a range of flavored potato chips like cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, barbecue, and so on. In this way, an accidental invention became the most popular snack food in the world, with 200 plus flavors and a market worth $30 billion. Does any idea, however small and simple it may sound, can carry a great potential to become a big success, provided that someone puts efforts in it. Now, just as Rome wasn't built in a day, the same thing can be said about the potato chips industry. The simple potato chips, which originated in a city, became better with time and went on to become one of the most favorite snack. So, did you find the potato chip story interesting? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to visit the NPower website to learn more about entrepreneurship. Happy learning!